Welcome back to another weather discussion. Today we're going to be talking about the flash flood threat that is going to be affecting the southeastern United States, and the severe weather threat and the fire weather risk that is also coming this Memorial Day weekend. So first we'll start with the flash flooding threat for this weekend. We have a slight risk of excessive rainfall for Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia today, as well as up here in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, and Ohio. And that's going to bring some localized flash flooding. We already have some flash flood warnings in effect. Let's see if I can find one. We have a few flash flood warnings in effect for Ohio and for West Virginia. As well, we have an observed flash flood warning for Georgia, and then so the flash flooding is there for today. Tomorrow, Memorial Day, there's also another slight risk of excessive rainfall for the south. So there's going to be discontinued rain that's going to hit the south and bring localized flash flooding. And then also on Tuesday, there's also that same flash flooding threat for the south that is going to continue for these days. And then we're going to switch over to Texas, where there's this slight risk of excessive rainfall that's going to appear over Texas and then move towards Louisiana as the week moves on, and then continue with this marginal threat as it dissipates. Our next thing we're going to be talking about is the severe weather risk. So we have a slight risk today up here in the northern plains, over here in Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Whereas the mostly threat is hail. We do have a conditional intensity group 1 hail risk with a 15% hail. So there's going to be some large hail, potentially damaging from these severe thunderstorms that do hit. But overall, it's going to be a little lower of a threat. We do have a 5% wind risk. And then the tornado risk is a small 2% risk over in Sioux Falls and Grand Island. And then for day 2, we have a few marginals over here in the southeast, over here in New Mexico and Texas, up here in the northeastern Minnesota, as well as up here in Northern Plains. And then on day 3, we have a slight risk over here in Midland and Del Rio, Texas, where we have the possibility for some severe storms. And it looks mostly like another wind and hail threat. So that is there as well. Going over to the fire weather threat, we also have a dry thunderstorms risk for Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico for tomorrow. So there is that isolated dry thunderstorm risk that's going to be there. So there's potential for some wildfires to spawn from these lightning storms, as the rain chance from these storms is going to be a bit low. And then from the we have a critical fire weather risk over here in Oregon, Nevada, and then elevated risk up here in Idaho, Nevada, California, and Oregon. So there's already some red flag warnings in effect for this area. So there is going to be some pretty dangerous fire weather conditions. So if you live in this area, be prepared for any fire weather that may appear. And that is what is happening this weekend. But overall, that's about mostly it. If you look at the Climate Prediction Center, it's going to be a little bit warm over here in the northern United States, a little bit colder in the southeast and Texas area, but not too cold. And then there's going to be a little bit warm down there in the Florida Panhandle. And then for the 8 to 14 day, it looks about the same. Nothing much has changed from that. So overall, that is the risks for Memorial Day weekend. We have some flash flooding over here in the northeast, and then shifting over back to Texas, and as it moves into the southeast again. And then we have a severe weather threat for the North Plains, and then down there into Texas on day 3, and then fire weather risk for the West Coast, and then a dry thunderstorms risk for Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. So that is basically it. Live streams do not look likely, so we won't be seeing a live stream, but stay tuned for further updates as the summer season comes along. June looks like it might be a active severe weather season, so stay posted for that, and I will see you in our next video.